Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, it's Maverick here, and welcome to the first episode of Dr. Stone Wars. So, for any of you guys who are new here, I've actually already watched the entirety of Season 1, check out the playlist over here, and, just to give a quick introduction to how I do things, I'll always have, like, an introduction section at the beginning of the videos, my blind reaction in the middle, and then finally, to follow up, I have what I call my musing section, which I go more in-depth into the episode or the series as a whole, talk about various concepts, particularly any mechanics, any world building stuff, and also theorizing about stuff that happens in the future. Now, with that being said, though, I kind of, it's kind of hard for me to do it for this series because why quotation marked blind reaction is because it's not entirely blind for me, right? I've actually already read the manga quite far up, not to the latest chapter, but sufficiently deep enough that if this was going to have like a season 3, season 4, I'd probably all, be through all that as well. Now, with that being said, though, I do feel like Dr. Stone is a series where you can still, go into it not blind and enjoy it for what it was, right? Just because of the sheer ridiculousness of everything. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love the fact that it's sort of, like, Senku is sort of going with a scientific-based method, right? Powers of observation, powers of deduction, scientific thinking, trial and error, all that good stuff equals MC squared, right? But if you really think about it, it's completely ridiculous, the stuff that he's actually making. And you have seen nothing. For those that anime only, you have seen nothing if you only seen season 1, right? I always say to people, like, Dr. Stone is a series that basically goes like this. Whoosh! Alright? And season 1 was like, just starting to take off. Season 2, Stone Wars here, I think we might be at a pretty good point there as well. But if they are going to stop where I think they're going to stop, the end of season 2 is when they are actually going to start, like a rocket lifting off and whatnot. But still, we can just safely assume the hype. I mean, if you love season 1, you would absolutely love season 2 even more. That's all I gotta say for all of this. And so, yeah, with that being said, I don't think there's too much else to say about, the fundamentals of the stuff, like the staff, the cast, and whatnot. It's basically the same. So, last episode, or, sorry, not last episode, back in season 1, the last episode of that, I believe we did the, we did the telephone thing, right? I mean, obviously, having a telephone itself is already kinda ridiculous, right? Using Stone Age technology to make a telephone. And, they have actually thought of a plan. I believe where we left off was when Senku and Gin were like, hey, I have a plan to fool everyone, right? And they haven't completely revealed that yet. So, I think that's what's gonna happen in this episode right here. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Well, hello there. Whoosha. Like, yeah, that is definitely quite metal. Senku-shan. Since when was... Okay, I guess they're doing a sort of recap because this is an anime, right? And also managed to revive. He's like, stop bothering me. No. Look at his smirk. Wow. Big reveal? Look at Gin's face. Thank you for being the voice of reason, Gin. Space ramen. I mean, if you are able to, that'd be pretty epic. Yeah, don't fight in the winter. History has told us that many times already. That's funny, I actually don't remember the space food stuff all that well. Has it literally been that long ago? I guess, alright. Remove the air. Nah. Lulu-a, lulu-da. Freeze-dried ramen. Wow. Instant. Then again, I kind of remember this, but I kind of don't remember it. It's been so long. When he was talking about space food, I was like, huh? Instant ramen, though, I kind of have a vague recollection of this stuff. Basically, what he's saying is, you know how the military uses MREs, meals ready to eat. He wants them to be able to take more provisions, right? So they don't have to worry about their supply lines and whatnot. Space food acquired. You add water. It's delicious. But it doesn't really, how exactly are you going to, you know, package it? Ah, it's dad. Oh, I kind of forgot. Have we went through that story? Nah, not quite yet. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Oh. The two smart ones are deep in thought. Huh. I thought they had this conversation already back at the end of season 1. I mean, if I misremember, I'm sorry. Mentalist, that is actually. That's actually also important as well. All of the above. No, I definitely feel like there's some that are there for A and B. And they're gonna be like, what? She's alive? And I wish it was actually the voice actor trying to do that, but that's obviously a little bit too beyond reason. Yep. They're like, not my problem. Yeah, let's all go to healthcare. Yeah. Meanwhile, dot dot dot. Oh, we're already at the. Okay. He's 11.0. Explosion! Hey. Everybody loves blowing shit up. Good. Alright, so. Oh, wait. We get 2 songs in a row? Alright. So an ending and the opening. Okay. Huh. Definitely not something I would... Ah, hey. That is awesome right there. Oh wait, this is the opening theme. Lucky win. Really? This is the OP? Oh wait, they're going all the way over? No, no, no. Okay, no, no, no. Never mind, never mind. Yeah, they do appear. Okay, okay. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you guys after this. Alrighty, so that was episode 1 and a quick intro to the overall, the main plan that they are trying to go for at least this initial stage of the war, right? So it kind of makes sense, right? If you actually tell Tsukasa's side and the people that follow him that, hey, there is actually still modern civilization here right now, and it still exists. They have all these sorts of technology. They have phones, and they have all this various other stuff as well. It would make sense that Tsukasa's side would kind of crumble, right? Because personal strength can only get you so far. If you are in, if modern civilization still actually exists, with guns and weaponry, and we saw like ships steaming over from the United States over to Japan, well, you're not really going to be able to do much for just one person, right? No matter how strong you are. So it kind of makes sense on that part. Now, obviously, it is a little bit overly simplified. Like, are people really going to believe in this just because of some voices and whatnot? But that's part of the fun, right? I definitely, that's why I say that Dr. Stone, it's based on science, but you definitely have to have a sort of suspension of disbelief in order to get behind the ridiculousness of the situation. So, like, literally, the gadgets that Senku chooses to make are always utilized in the most roundabout way if you think about it. But I think that's part of the fun, to be honest, and that's why I don't really, even though I'm typically really critical of series that don't make a lot of logical sense, for this one, because it's just trying to be wacky in the first place, that's why I give it kind of sort of a pass, because for a series like this, honestly, what we're all interested in is whatever kind of clever gadget, or reimagining of a gadget from modern day that Senku can build with his primitive technology, right? So, that's the fun part here. So if he does want to go through it in a very roundabout way, in a very contrived way to make these various stuff, so be it, because that just means more content for us to get. Beyond that, I mean, this is basically mostly a reintroduction episode, get to know the gang again, and so on and so forth. We had this little strategic meeting between Senku, Gin, and Chrome as well, which, by the way, is important. I think I mentioned back in Season 1's review that, this is definitely not just a Senku one-man show, right? All these various other characters, they are going to be important as well. They each have their own role to play. Senku was just the mastermind of the operation, but he really, he said as much all the way back in the first episode, right? He can't really do anything on his own. You need to work together, there's the brains and there's the brawn and various other stuff as well. Especially one of my favorite characters from the series has always been Gin. I think he's really ingenious with the way that he does things, how he manipulates people, and so on and so forth. And he is going to be a really, really invaluable force going forward. Same with Chrome as well, right? He is going to be able to stand on his own and become a good science user, as determined here as well. Anything else to specifically mention? Not that much. I mean, the opening here. I think it's a interesting choice of music, right? It's a little bit more chill, not really what you would expect from a series titled Stone Wars, right? But if it works, it works. Obviously, we see a lot of new characters. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but basically, just by looking at the opening, you should get a feel of what the characters are, what their occupations in their former lives, before everything turned to stone was, and how that might take, that might play into the future, because it's gonna play a bigger role than you might think. Anyways, so that's basically it for this first episode. I know this is kind of like a short review here, but there's really not much else I can say without spoiling anything, so let's just leave it at that and wait for the next episode. So there we go. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.